So before we start playing games, I want to do two more things. We're going into the German election now, watching two videos on that. First of all, the left is getting very big right now in Germany. All of a sudden, this is what I'm voting for. If we take a look at here from the 21st, the left-wing party, 8% is crazy, very crazy. AfD is still holding 20. FDP is dead, which they deserve. In Germany, if you have below 5%, you can't join the government, which these guys are just the dumbest idiots ever. Green Party, very, very sad, 13%, but it is what it is. SPD, how does anyone still vote for them? And then, yeah, whatever this is. And it's getting very interesting now, because we were thinking that Black and Red could make a coalition of 51%, which looks grim. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen here. Going to be very interesting. Let's take a look. First of all, the left is coming back in Germany hard, and then German elections are coming, man. Let's check that out, and then we play some Hoi 4. FDP always gets in with like 5.1 or something. Who the still votes for them? You must be like a dentist or something.
In the last couple of years, there have been various pronouncements coming from both.
And every German has to accept this. Every German chat, be fucking honest. Be honest. Who has the best plakate in Germany when there's an election? There's these big posters everywhere. It's all about posters. Who has the best posters? Be fucking honest. Be honest. Not vote. None of them? Shut up. Obviously, the left party has the best ones. Everybody's just like, hi, vote for me. Peace and freedom. And the left-wing party has like really funny stuff. Come on, the left has the best ones. The left has the best ones. Shut up, you guys suck. Where can I see them? Nee, huh? Nein, man, where are the things? Wait, I'm looking. Nee, that's not the ones. Oh man, where are the... Sorry, nee. I can't find it. Solid on follow, bye-bye. See you, all the best. I cannot find the pictures. I can't find them. Maybe someone chat can. I can find them. I can find them. Thank you, Funky.
Ends of the political spectrum, that Germany's once powerful left party, or Die Linke, was dead or dying.
Yeah.
Last year seemed to confirm the left's demise. Its former parliamentary...
Self-employed and voting left doesn't make sense. It might shock you. It might shock you to oblivion that some people on this planet, my dear Luco, still don't only think about themselves, but think about the rest of the people. I know it's shocking. I know, man. What a virtue signaling dumbass ginger. But the left party has the most positive impact to the most people. That is a fact. That is a fact.
To found her own party. The left suffered disastrous results at Germany's state elections and looks set to entirely lose its already limited...
One sec, I think someone found the... Wait, I think I found it. I think they have the best ones. At least they're funny. It doesn't work. Can anyone find me a website that shows all the German posters right now that are in the streets? Can anyone find that?
...foothold in the German parliament at the upcoming federal election. However, with that election now less than 10 days away, the left's fortunes appear to have unexpectedly changed, and the party's enjoying a last-minute surge in membership and a rise in the polls.
They got 90,000 new members in one day. Biggest joining ever of the left party ever in Germany. And I think where this phenomenon comes from is that people are tired of this. People are looking at politics in the last weeks and everybody's yapping. Yap. Refugees. We have no other problems. And I think what we see in democracy nowadays is that people always vote for whoever doesn't do anything, because they can't do anything wrong. If you let people talk in democracy, people go, oh my god, you fucking suck, man. You fucking suck. So here's all the posters in Germany, right? And it's like here, the Green Party is like, together. The SPD is always just like nothing. They just sit there, right? Then this guy is dead anyway, fuck him. And here the CDU, which will win, is like, if you work hard, you should have more money, which is like everyone is working hard here. What is the AfD doing? More for the middle class. And I really believe the left has the best ones, if I can show one. Yeah, Volt ain't gonna win anything. Sorry, man, Volt, but it's not gonna happen. Yeah, the Green Party is like, just vote for me, and I will fuck you in the ass very nicely and with lube. That's like, you know, yeah. And I'm looking for a left-wing one. I want to show you left-wing one because I think they're really good. I can't find a single left-wing one. Yeah, I want to show the chat though, easy busy. No, there's none of them. Damn. I can't find any left-wing ones. They're really funny. I can't find it. They have like, if you're drowning in rent, it means rich people can use their yacht and shit like that. What else was it? Oh, they're really funny. I forgot the other one. We're the last party that wants to fight the rich. Something like that. Here's a mix of 2013. I need nowadays, man. What's Lisa gonna vote for? I think also left-wing.
Taking them above the crucial 5% parliamentary threshold. So in this video, we're going to explain why the left has seemingly come back.
Check this one. Yeah, that's what Germany looks like. Yeah, I think this is funny. If your village is on the water, it means rich people can use their yacht. This is kind of what Germany looks like right now. SPD fucked up so bad. The SPD is like, hey, check our QR code. No one cares. No one gives a fuck, Alter. No one cares. I like Volt, but they have no chance. Sorry, man. 2%. It ain't happening, dude. It ain't fucking happening. This guy's dead anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like the left has the best ones. They won the poster game.
And why its resurgence could complicate Germany's post-election coalition formation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna scan a QR code, man, in the streets, buddy.
If endless bad news is getting you down.
Yeah, if you pay too much for heating your apartment, it means someone's making a lot of coal. And making coal is German for making money.
Then you might enjoy our rather silly series, TLDR's Race Across Europe, where the TLDR team competed to meet as many audience members as possible across the continent. The whole series is linked in the description. We should probably start with a bit of background on what the Left Party actually is. While the party was officially founded in 2007, it has a much longer history. As the left...
The problem the left has in Germany is it is connected to the Communist Party. They're not really like that anymore in most parts, but that story, that history, they're not getting rid of it. If you tell an older man, you should vote for Die Linke, they want to make you make more money. Ah, they're communists!
It's considered to be the democratic descendant of the Socialist Unity Party, or SED, that ruled East Germany prior to reunification in 1990. Generally considered to be far left to left wing, the Populist Party's traditional stronghold has been the former East, where it was most established and garnered support from left-behind voters, and where it has been the head of, or at least a junior partner, in various state-level governments. Now, we'll keep this story brief, but...
I love when the Greens win in Germany because it makes the rest of it look so smart. What country are you from?
The left suffered decline throughout the 2010s, particularly as it was displaced in East Germany by the...
Mio, tell me like 3 examples what the Green Party in Germany is doing that's really, really stupid. Let us know, like 3 things.
Far-right AFD. Rudderlessness and...
Isn't BSW classic communist? BSW is Stalinism. She's straight up Stalinism. We need to suck Putin's dick.
Infighting in the left party culminated in a public split, with ex-parliamentary leaders...
Close the nuclear reactors. The nuclear reactors were mainly closed by the Black Party, which is about to win the election after the Fukushima disaster. Even the great leader of Bavaria, Markus Söder, has himself closed ISAR, the ISAR nuclear power plant. Not true. And you just got destroyed by facts and logic. The Green Party was part of it, but the main push of destroying nuclear power in Germany was the party that now has 30%. Not true.
Sarah Wagenknecht, founding her own eponymous party in 2024. Which could have been the nail in the coffin for the left party. But has the party actually turned a corner? Well, since the beginning of 2025, more than 23,000 people have joined the Left Party, pushing its total membership beyond 81,000, beating its...
I read something else. I read they had 85,000 one day. I saw that. I don't think that's true. I would have to Google that now. I think they got 85,000. 1 sec, I'm reading something. I know, okay. No. They almost doubled in members from 2022 to now, to 85,000, okay. 8,000 people joined the Greens and 52,000 joined AFD. A lot of people are getting political though. A lot of people are getting political now. Many people joining parties and stuff. The world is getting more and more political now.
Obviously, this suggests
you can't really hide from it anymore.
Anything but dead. Something that's also backed
because of the Heidi speech. Everybody's talking about this. What does that mean? What do you mean the Heidi speech? She made like a big speech everyone's talking about. I have no idea. I never heard this. It's 30 minutes though in German. I don't want to show that to my stream. It's too much, man. It went rival. Can you summarize? I don't know what to ask. What is her name? Heidi something? I need... Can anyone find an English version with subtitles or something? Thank you, PB Jerry. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, man. She did that speech in the Bundestag. He talks about it in that video? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, here we go.
Polling. The party was polling at around 3% at the start of the year, but it has risen as the election draws nearer, with it hitting as high as 6% in the most recent round of polls at the time of writing, even overtaking the relatively new populist left conservative Sarah Wagenknecht Alliance, or BSW, whose support has fallen from its highs last year of around 9 to 10%.
Here you go to subtitles in English. 2 minutes only. I don't know what this is, chat, but apparently this is why the left-wing party got like 5% more, which is pretty heavy. Sorry, how do I do this? Sorry, here. Inglando. It's just only 2 minutes. I feel like the speech will be longer. Okay, this is why they got like a lot of percent. Take a look. So to explain this, in the last day before the election, every party was allowed to have a speech. They were allowed to do one final speech.
Mäßigen Sie sich bitte, ja? Dankeschön.
Aller politischen Differenzen zum Trotz hätte ich mir niemals vorstellen können, dass eine christlich-demokratische Partei diesen Dammbruch vollzieht und mit Rechtsextremen paktiert. Das ist es, was sie tun.
So she's saying there was a big scandal in Germany 2 weeks ago that he will win the election. He wanted to make a law with the AfD, which in Germany is seen as, oh, this is deep shit. In Germany, they talk of a thing called the firewall. The firewall means no one will make deals with the AfD. They're fucking fascists, we don't work with them. And he broke that because for the first time he voted with them on something. It was a little bit out of proportion, I think. It was like people acting like, oh, Hitler's back. It was a bit crazy, but it was very weak by him. It was like he was blackmailing the other parties. He was like, if you don't do it with me, I will do it with the Nazis. And he got a lot of shit for that.
Und ich sage Ihnen, Sie haben die Mehrheit mit der AfD nicht in Kauf genommen. Das sind keine Zufallsmehrheiten. Sie haben diese Mehrheiten gesucht. Gemeinsam mit der FDP haben Sie diese Mehrheit.
And she's like, they're probably building some kind of right-wing shit slowly. They're slowly gonna do something there.
Gesucht und das ist das verdammte Problem und Sie verstehen es bis jetzt noch nicht.
Are they really fascist? No, they're legit fucking. There's provingly, we did this very often on the stream. We can go in it later. There's provingly great arguments that the AfD is very, very.
Und das nur 2 Tage nachdem wir hier der Befreiung von Auschwitz gedacht haben. 2 Tage nachdem wir den Ermordeten und Gequälten gedacht haben.
Is that the speech you guys are talking about? That made everyone love them?
Arbeiten Sie mit denen zusammen, die genau diese Ideologie jetzt weitertragen. Und Ihre Kommentare, die ich ja gerade schon höre, die sagen verdammt viel über Sie aus. Und der Jubel, den Sie da die ganze Zeit mitbekommen, der zeigt doch, wem Sie hier gerade in die Karten gespielt haben.
And she says, you're now getting cheers from the fascists and it shows who you really are.
Und die Menschen werden am...
She's really emotional. I think this is I'm gonna really offend you now, chat. Let me offend chat. I think some people in chat are sexist right now. This is a woman and she's very passionate about democracy. And she really didn't like that this guy was making deals with the right-wingers. And I think you are allowed to be emotional in that moment. And I think if this was a man being emotional, you wouldn't say that much. I think there's some people in chat that just because she's a woman are already judging her and being like she's just hysterical. I think that's a bit sexist. Oh shit. Fucking said it, bro. Fucking said it. It's out there.
Ende immer das Original wählen. Immer.
I can't listen to this. She's just a woman screaming. What the fuck? Come on.
Und wenn Sie sich jetzt wirklich von der Union noch hinstellen und sagen, Sie alle, Sie Demokratinnen, hätten ja zustimmen können. Also abgesehen davon, dass Sie nie eine Zusammenarbeit angeboten haben, uns ja sowieso nicht, weil mit rechtsextremen Bier trinken kein Problem, aber mit Leuten, die Menschenrechte für alle wollen, da ist natürlich...
Now she's like, it's okay to work with the right-wingers, but it's not okay with the left-wingers.
Eine Grenze für Sie, ist klar. Abgesehen davon, dass es diese Gesprächsangebote nie gab. Sie sagen jetzt wirklich, wir machen jetzt hier so einen rassistischen und rechtswidrigen Antrag und wenn Sie jetzt alle nicht zustimmen, ja, dann können wir halt nicht anders. Dann müssen wir mit den Rechtsextremen arbeiten. Was ist das denn für eine erbärmliche Aussage?
But I don't get yet how that speech was crazy, because they all made that speech. The SPD and the Greens made the same speech. Everybody was just like, you're an idiot. That's the guy I'm voting for. That's the guy. That's the left-wing, Sören Pellemann. I'm gonna vote for this guy. That's the guy in my city, Leipzig. He lives like 5 minutes away from me. Looks just like you.
Ich sage Ihnen, Sie machen sich zum...
A big reason why me and Lisa would left, let me explain it again. You can all say what you want. I don't agree with the left on many, many, many things, but it is crystal clear to me. This is what I believe in, and you can all judge me and all you want. If this is the political mid, this is the political mid, and you have parties like the CDU is here, and the Greens are like here, blah, 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 and the SPD is here. Thank you so much. AFD is here, right? And this is something no one in chat can deny. My dear chat people, this is supposed to be a left-wing party. One thing that happened in Germany, in the world, is everything moved a bit to the right, especially because of refugee stuff and immigration. Thank you, Borja. Thank you so much. And one thing I believe in, I might be wrong. I'm just sharing my opinion, and I'm not afraid to lose followers. This is just what I believe in. I would like to bring back balance into the German Bundestag by voting for the left, because once again, they need 5% to be in the parliament, and I think it is good for democracy that if we're pushing ourselves so far right, to have the counter weight of at least a small faction of 5 to 8% of the left-wing party. This is why I'm voting for that. I think it's good for democracy.
Steigbügelhalter damit. Und sie haben dieses Land heute zum Schlechteren verändert. Und ich wiederhole das,
the Greens,
was ich in meiner Rede gesagt
left wing to get the 5% hurdle.
Die Brandmauer in diesem Land, das sind immer noch wir. Und wir alle, wir werden auf die Straßen gehen. Wir alle werden an die Wahlurnen gehen.
I know that's not the best speech. Sorry, no hate. I'm voting for these people, but that's the speech that made them get 5% more votes? It's not that crazy.
Kann ich Ihnen versprechen, wir werden dafür sorgen, dass das jetzt hier ein Ende hat. Und ich sage auch an die Adresse von SPD und Grünen, schließt eine Koalition mit dieser Union aus. Es kann euch nur schaden. Aber ich sage auch den Menschen da draußen,
the speech isn't that
nicht
crazy.
auf, sondern wehrt euch, leistet Widerstand gegen den Faschismus in dem Land. Auf die Barrikaden!
Okay, that wasn't that crazy. Okay. Okay.
So, what is the left strategy?
What are you voting for? I kind of said 10 seconds ago.
Comeback? Well, for starters, with the goal of winning over frustrated left-of-centre...
Politics gets so many views, man. We should just do politics. Moderators, always be careful with banning, right? But I trust you, Shekel. Only ban people that literally go fucked up ways. But we accept all opinions on the stream. If you ever get banned weirdly, just text me in Discord. But if you like just straight up like kill all the lefties and the Holocaust didn't happen, then you're kind of gone. I'm sorry. But that's when you're kind of gone.
To voters, the left will attack the unpopular SPD and Greens, accusing them of failing to
I think the phenomenon why Germans vote for more left now is that they feel betrayed by the Green and the SPD. In Germany, you kind of have the kind of right, black and blue, and the rest is left. And I think a lot of people feel very betrayed by SPD and Greens because they're not doing enough for the people.
That the country's cost of living crisis during their time in office. As such, the party has put economic security
and yeah. There's the ones I wanted to show. They have very good ones in my opinion.
In office. As such, the party...
They're saying, for example, everybody wants to rule, but we actually want to change something.
It's put economic security, affordability, and redistribution at the front and center of its election platform, calling for the scrapping of VAT on basic...
I hope Greener falls below 5%. Why?
Basic foodstuffs and a wealth tax to combat inequality, to name but a few policies. But that's not been the party's only notable pitch. The left party is...
Reichtum teilen is communism. This is something I really don't agree with anymore. I don't know. One thing is a fact, chat. Once again, no one can deny this in the stream. The rich are getting richer and richer. You can't deny that. The rich, if you have a certain number of wealth in the world, let's say one, more and more of it is going to the rich. End of story. And it seems... This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I think this notion of running around the world acting like that everyone who's proposing to take away from the rich is a communist is actually you feeding into the red scare propaganda of the 50s. Communism sucks. 100% fucking sucks. But the notion, like Bernie Sanders, that, hey, the rich have a bit too much. If we take from the rich, we could really improve the world. If that already makes you a communist and unvotable, I don't know. I feel like you're falling into a trap here. set by the rich that are actually like against you. This party is like, hey, I want to give people that make less than 100,000 a year, which is most of you, I want you to make more money. Oh, fucking communist scum. What, you want to give me more money?
Also pitched itself as a bulwark
Disgusting.
against the country's apparent rightward political shift, for instance on migration, vowing to give, quote, not an inch for the fascist.
Tommy went from technocrat to leftist. As always, I'm very, very open to counter-arguments. Tell me in chat. But I always try to be reasonable and logical. And I fail. Dude, I'm not perfect. I never say that. But isn't it reasonable and logical to do something that helps most people? To not make the rich richer? Isn't that like a bit logical? Like a little bit? You recently talked about a book on capitalism that you started reading. You briefly talked about the first chapter. It sounded kind of like interesting. I just finished the book, looking for it. It's called The End of Capitalism by someone in chat tell him. Someone in chat tell him the book name. Technocrat does not mean white wing. Is anyone saying that? Who creates jobs? I think you're very wrong there. And I have history on my side. And facts. Trickle-down economics don't work. It is proven, and everybody knows this, that, dude, I read this article that changed my life in Focus years ago. There was a dollar note, an American dollar, right? And the dollar, there was this graphic that showed, I don't know, I don't remember much, but it's like this much of this $1 goes to the rich, this one goes to middle class, this much goes to poor people, right? And chat, most of you are in here, okay? Even I am not in here. And the graphic showed, with good proof, and no one can deny this, the hurdle is going more and more away. The rich own more and more of that dollar. More and more and more and more and more. And this notion of the free market, and if the tax get rich less, they will give the money away, they will create jobs. It's only a half truth, because it truly shows itself, and you can't be childish and stupid about this anymore, that the rich are mostly keeping their wealth, man. They buy real estate, which stays with their children, man. They invest, which stays with their children. They don't really fucking invest in you much, man. Look at the minimum wage in the world. Is it really that high? They don't even care about you. They bring all their factories to China and Bangladesh. You think they give a shit about you? I think we have to stop. Trickle-down economics doesn't work. Doesn't work. Then again, I think it's just human. If I was rich, I probably would fuck you guys too, man. Fuck that. I have a yacht. I don't need you people. Fuck you. We will all be like that, probably.
Yes. In fact, it's perhaps this factor that's been the greatest boon for the left, which has managed to capitalise on recent political events. In late January, the Conservative CDU-CSU was able to narrowly pass a parliamentary motion urging for a crackdown on migration thanks to the votes of the AfD. This marked a political firestorm, as, for the first time, it marked an undermining of the firewall around the AfD, which some mainstream parties refused to cooperate with the far-right party. While opposition to the CDU-CSU breaking that taboo came from many...
I'm often very surprised how a lot of people in chat and stuff are very, very pro-rich people, even though you're not part of them. You're part of the 99%, but you really like the rich a lot and want them to have good lives.
Sides,
I was wondering where it comes from.
CDU, as well as from the SPD.
Is it like a cuckold thing?
Perhaps the most powerful and far-reaching condemnation came from the Left Party's joint lead candidate, Heidi Reikenek. Her fiery speech aimed at CDU leader Friedrich Merz went viral, racking up more than 6 million views on Reikenek's TikTok alone, and a total estimated 30 million across various platforms.
I didn't know that.
In fact, it was actually on the day of the vote and Reikenek's speech, January 29th, that the left saw its largest surge in new members.
Isn't that crazy that a 2-minute speech leads to the biggest surge of membership joining? Isn't that crazy? It's kind of cool though, how if you do a very well speech, you can really change the world a tiny little bit.
It's part of what looks like a pretty strong online strategy from the left, which is likely to help the party with young...
And yeah, politics is all about social media now, right? Social media is so big now, man.
Voters.
If you want to win elections, you gotta go to Jerome.
Is 28, and they lean 53% female too. One recent poll shows the left as the joint most popular party, with the Greens, among 18 to 29-year-olds.
Dude, we live in a brand new world. 18 to 29-year-olds, the black and the red are what everyone voted for 80 years, right? And look at that, we're living in a new world, man. All these parties are now growing with young people. No one cares about these fuckers anymore.
with 19% support, a massive improvement on the 8% support that they got from that cohort in the 2020.
Anonymous just found out Trump is a KGB agent. Former KGB head Nur Muzayev states that in 1987, the USSR's 6th KGB department, responsible for recruiting spies from capitalist businessmen, recruited 40-year-old Trump, codenamed Krasnov. Okay, Trump is a KGB agent. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me that much. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's Donald Krasnov. What does Krasnov mean? Yellow? Agent Orange?
Election. The party has doubtless benefited from new leadership too, having replaced its previous co-chairs last year with Jan Vanaken and Ines Schwertner, and drafting Heidi Reikenek to be the new co-lead candidate. With
Krasnov means red?
They are also hoping to recapture some of their traditional eastern heartlands by
18 to 35-year-olds should be banned from voting. You cannot trust them.
standing 3 veteran left politicians as part of the so-called Mission Silverlocks, a tongue-in-cheek reference to the 3 men's average age of 70. The mission's dual purpose is to win 3 constituency seats, which means that even if the party falls below the 5% threshold, it would still be awarded seats corresponding to their vote share. Now, it's worth doing a bit of a reality
legendary
check
zeros.
here. We've obviously been talking a lot about the relative resurgence of the left, not the kind of dramatic swing that would see it surge to a podium position. Even securing the 6% that they're currently polling would still not be a fantastic
They had 11 in 2009.
result for the left.
I'm a bit of a guy though. I don't believe in democracy much anymore. I think democracy is whoever is doing well will be fucked later. Because what is really democracy? You don't trust the current leadership because they suck and they're corrupt. So you vote for opposition parties and then they win. And then in the next 4 years, you're like, wait, the ones I voted for are corrupt and useless too. And then you vote for the next. It's an infinite cycle of fucking yourself in the ass. You put your unerected dick in your own asshole, bro. It's an infinite fucking...
By historic standards.
You know?
So it might seem that this has been a relevant story.
When do I get my China sponsorship? I need Xi Jinping in here.
But that's not the case. Firstly, it will be higher than the party's 2021 results and a rapid improvement on
Only landowners should vote.
demonstrating just how quickly electoral trends can change. Secondly, the momentum that the party is enjoying right now could be carried through to the next parliamentary term, especially if strong communicators like Reikenek are returned to parliament. Although its newfound optimism cannot forever mask the persisting political rifts of the party, for example, over Israel-Palestine. Finally, the left...
That's the problem with the left, right? In its core, worldwide, all across the world, the left-wing parties kinda are right. Rich are not that cool. We should give money to the people and we should all be equal under law and stuff, right? In the core, left-wing people have a good point, right? But then they always fuck themselves, right? It's like, oh, hi, sir. Hi. I'm the left party. I can make you have more money. These rich people, they're evil, right? Don't you agree? Yeah? That's nice. So, before you vote for me, and before we let you, have your money, what do you think about Israel-Palestine, you fascist pig? By the way, are you a white man? Can I see your dick real quick? You're not transgender? Oh, shh. It's like they always fuck each other with that stuff. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you. Ah, yeah. They always fuck themselves with this dumb shit, you know? This is what I personally see myself. This is where I see myself. The Green Party in and sorry, fucking hell. Oh, we have really good cheese. We found this really epic cheese. It's such good cheese. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. I personally see myself politically. The Green Party in Germany has kind of 2 wings, they say. They have the left wing, which is like, we have to save the environment no matter what. And they have the called realism wing, Realo wing. It's the wing of Robert Habeck, which is more like, hey, green, yes, climate change is serious, but we gotta make it realistically. And that's where I see myself. And that's the problem with the Green Party, right? You're like, I mean, they have a point with climate change. It's gonna kill us all. But then you have a guy like, I need you to give away your house, okay? Because we need to save the frogs, okay? And you have to instantly start living like Tom Hanks in Castaway. And you're just like, whoa, I can't vote for that. They always fuck themselves, right? They have to stop. This is where I will see myself. If I will ever join politics, I will join the Greens and make them like realistic. Like, I will offer the German public, hey, I'm green, climate change is real, we have to deal with this, but I will not fuck you in the ass, okay? We're doing this slowly, we're gonna slowly do this, okay? But I'm not fucking you in the ass. That's what I will do. That's where I see myself politically. Anyway, sorry.
Or indeed other smaller parties winning parliamentary representation will impact the forming of the next government. If none of the three smaller parties, the Left, BSW and FDP, make it into parliament, then the currently first place CDU would likely be able to form their favoured option, a two-party coalition with either the centre-left SPD or Greens. However, if 2 or 3 of the smaller parties secure representation, then it may force the CDU to...
And that's how democracy really looks like, when you don't have just Republicans and Democrats. I always like Germany for that. This is a good democracy, man.
...form a 3-party...
But obviously everything in life has pros and cons, and a big issue with democracy is, we saw that in Germany for the last 3 years, if you have a government that's 3 parties, they always fuck each other up. There's always fighting, they never can do anything. It really shows that a coalition with 2 parties is a bit better. The more partners, the more they just fuck each other up.
Coalition. This is considered by the CDU to be far less desirable, as it would weaken their leverage and would come with the kind of inevitable infighting that's plagued the now collapsed 3-party coalition led by Olaf Scholz. So the performance of the left and its fellow smaller parties should indeed be closely watched, because their success could be supremely irritating for the CDU's plans. Although irritation is something all too familiar for anyone who shaves regularly. In fact, lots of people actively don't like shaving. After all, it's expensive, with...
Okay, I'm now.
Brought to you by Ground News. This Sunday, nearly 60 million people will be eligible to vote in Germany's 2025 federal election.
Pretty important election, man.
The results will be watched
But AfD will get 20%.
closely, not just within the EU, but also beyond, as an indicator of political mood in Europe's biggest democracy. So in this video, we'll take a look at Germany's upcoming election, the latest polls, and what the next coalition government might look like.
I'm so happy when this is over, man. I'm telling you, as TommyKay viewers, next week the stream is really starting again, man. Next week my kid's surgery is over, the German election's over, and I'm not sick anymore. Next week you don't know life though. I might actually have a car crash next week. But next week we can finally get into interesting stuff. I'm playing the roleplay game today, yes. It's in 2 hours, right? 1 sec. In 2 hours is Hoi 4, yeah. Not sick anymore? Go fuck yourself, man. Come on.
If endless bad news is getting you down, then you might enjoy our rather silly series, TLDR's Race Across Europe, where the TLDR team competed to meet as many
TLDR Race Across Europe sounds like something the young fascists will do. To race across
audience
Europe.
members as possible across the continent. The whole series is linked in
What
the
show is this? I don't know.
First though, let's start by running through the parties that are standing. There are 29 parties standing in this federal
One thing is good though, right?
10 of
Oh, my
which-
Germans, if you notice, they're shrinking the Bundestag. In the last election, there was some kind of law, I don't know, that the Bundestag was the biggest ever, right? Which is a big strain on the taxpayer. The German Bundestag had 600 and something people, and they all cost money, right? 10,000 euros per month. They get a card, they get an office, they get an office worker, and luckily they're making it smaller now. It had even over 700? Damn, bro. Damn.
which are running in all 16 German states. These are the Social Democratic Party, or SPD, the Greens, the Free Democratic Party, or FDP, the Alternative for Germany, or AfD, the Left...
It's also interesting to note, we're slowly getting into also an era of new parties. In Germany, like 8% or 7% is unknown parties, parties that never really did anything. For example, my brother and his wife, they're voting for the party of animal rights. They're doing it as a meme, as like a protest. And that party has like 2% now. Volt, 2%, right? A lot of parties, NSDAP, that's 2%, they're growing a bit now. These unknown
Free Voters,
parties.
Volt, the Marxist-Leninist Party of Germany, the Germany Alliance, and the Sarah Wagenknecht Alliance.
Tsar. That's a good joke. Yeah, they're the communists. When I was living in the ghetto, they will always walk around and be like, we need Marxism back and shit. It's just fucking insane. I don't know why they're in here. I think they have like 0.5% or something.
Or BSW. The Christian Democratic Union, or CDU, is also running in 15 out of 16 states, with its affiliated party, the Christian Social Union, or CSU, running in Bavaria. According to an Infratest DIMAP poll published last week, the centre-right CDU-CSU is polling first on 32%, followed by...
It's like all the Germans have forgotten what happened 16 years with Angela Merkel. Like Lisa's dad, oh, Merkel was really good, she kept the country stable. Merkel, no digitalization. Make us connected to Russian gas, right? Fully fucking up the immigrant crisis. Actually getting out of nuclear after Fukushima, because yeah, we could have a Godzilla earthquake in Germany, man. It's like everybody forgot what they did to Germany. They just forget. And in 4 years, listen, clip this and put it in your asshole, bro. In 4 years, every German boomer is like, well, I'm voting SPD because they didn't do very well. It's an infinite fucking back and forth.
By the AfD on 21%, which would be a record result for the party usually considered far right.
That's crazy,
Then
bro.
polling in joint third place on 14% are the incumbents, the centre-left SPD and the Greens. Next is the Left Party on 6%, which is apparently seeing a pre-election boost that's also reflected in other polls, such as this one by YouGov, which puts the party as high as 9%.
9 is crazy.
Then lower down still, there's the centre-right FD.
What will make me happy, I'm saying it now so you can laugh at me next week, I would like to see 9% left and 15% green. Will probably not happen, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. And then you can laugh at me next week, okay? I just gave you, like, ammo, okay?
P and Conservative Left BSW, which are each polling between 4 and 5%.
I think, though, the most important thing is FDP is out. That's the most important. They need to be gone, man. They're the dumbest traitors, man.
If
They
this
need to
poll is
be
accurate, these two
out.
parties risk missing out on parliamentary seats, as parties have to secure at least a 5% vote share to enter the Bundestag. If the FDP and BSW do
What do they do? It's very complex, but they're traitors to the
bad
people.
result for both of them. The FDP would follow its exit from Germany's government at the end of last year with an exit from parliament completely, while BSW, which previously surged in support after the European elections in June, would have...
And BSW is legit the Putin party. Straight up pro-Putin.
failed to prove itself an electoral threat to both the AfD
So let's hope
and the
they
left.
also go under 5%.
But, of course, the election hasn't happened yet, and no poll is definitive, so we'll have to wait for the actual results on Sunday. However, it's widely expected that the CDU will lead Germany's next government, so the juicier question is which party, or parties, it could go into coalition with. This brings us on to the main part of our video. What might Germany's next government look like? Given the country's multi-party federal electoral system, it'll almost certainly be a coalition.
No chat, they kinda set, and if they don't do it, they will be in big trouble. All of them are saying we will never ever work with the AfD, which is a good thing to do. They're saying we will never ever coalition with them.
As a single party rarely wins over 50% of the vote. So, after Sunday's election, if CDU leader Friedrich Merz does become Germany's next chancellor as expected, he'll need one or maybe two coalition
The only one, he
partners.
knows he's already the boss.
There's several possible combinations here, all
A former BlackRock employee.
with some pretty funky names based on the party.
But though, I like they're very, very pro-Ukraine. They're very like, we have to push Ukraine, man.
Party's colours. Looking at two-party coalitions, according to the latest Infratest DIMAP poll, 32% of Germans support a grand coalition between the centre-right CDU and centre-left SPD.
That will probably happen.
17% support a black-blue coalition between the
That's nice though. 83% of Germans don't want this shit, which is a good thing.
CDU and far-right AfD, although this is unlikely and we'll explain why later in the video. 16% support a black-green Kiwi coalition between the CDU and the Greens.
I would like that, but it'll probably not happen.
And
It kind of is like, let's rebuild our economy, but let's be a bit green about it.
11% support a black-yellow coalition between the CDU and FDP. Then, looking at
Why Kiwi? Well, the cores in the Kiwi are black. Okay, I get that.
possible three-party combinations, there's the German coalition of the CDU, SPD and FDP, the Jamaica coalition of the CDU, Greens and the FDP, and the Kenya coalition of the CDU, SPD and the Greens.
That would be not
However,
good.
some of these coalitions seem more likely than others. Firstly, according to experts from the Eurasia Group speaking to Reuters, the CDU-SPD Grand Coalition is
that
the
is
most
probably
likely.
Germany. That's the thing. We're doing so much stress right now. Oh, German election. Wow. Dude, it's just going to be the boomer parties are winning. Nothing's going to change. It's all going to be boring. And that's it.
With a 60% probability. Germany is...
I gotta be honest, though. Gotta be honest. This party says we want to lower the biggest tax bracket in Germany. The biggest tax bracket in Germany starts at 80,000 euros a year, which yours truly is in, which is 43%. And Friedrich Merz, in the paper, they say they want to lower it from 43 to 40. And look, I can sit here all day. Oh, yeah, fuck the rich. Yeah, the climate change is real, right? But if that fucker pushes me down to 40, holy shit, Heil Merz, Alter. That's when I'm sucking the dick. If he does that, if he actually makes me have more money by the end of the year, that's how you buy me. That's how you buy me, straight up. I love the people, I love the environment, but buddy, if I have to pay less taxes, man, that's how you get me, dude. GG. Make the rich richer, let's go.
And coalition
if they do that, actually,
is the most likely.
I'm bought.
With a 60%
but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do shit.
Germany has had multiple grand coalitions in the past, notably under CDU leader Angela Merkel, and two-party coalitions are generally viewed as more stable than three-party ones. However, due to their ideological differences, if they decide to form a government in
How much is that for you in a year? I don't know. Poor. You sold out for 3%? Yes. 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 Yeah, I'm honest. Dude, fuck that. Taxes are killing me. Straight up. How much more is that per year? Wow. It's very complex. Wow. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it's 4 digits. 4 digits.
2025, the CDU and SPD will have to find common ground on several important issues. For instance, while the CDU wants to cut corporation tax and undo the previous government's policies tackling the climate crisis, as well as the EU sustainability reporting requirements.
Yeah. I think I'm part of this, corporation taxes. This is what I'm in. Obviously as a small guy, right?
The SPD wants to introduce a financial transaction tax on income from capital, and is firmly committed to the European Green Deal. Next up, with a 15% probability, according to the Eurasia Group, is the CDU Greens Kiwi coalition.
I would like to see that, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
This looks less likely than the Grand Coalition because of the two parties' clashing views on climate policy and immigration. This dispute came into the spotlight earlier this year, when Merz presented a hardline immigration bill in Parliament supported by the AfD, which mainstream parties have traditionally had a brand.
Sometimes I think when my streaming career is over, I want to go to German Parliament. Because you see that? Every one of them. I sometimes watch the German Bundestag, and like in the row, there's like the important people, and in the back, they're just chilling. They're just chilling. They're like, hello, yeah? Who are you, Nestle? You want me to do law for you? No problem. Okay, no problem. Oh, wait, what? Hello, Porsche? What? You want me to do a speech for $10,000? No problem, man. How much money am I getting in a month? 10,000? 10,000? Okay. Get me my Audi R8, please. That I'm being paid for by the taxpayer. Dude, you just fucking sit there and you become rich as fuck, dude. All you gotta do is win that election. Just fucking, yeah, man, I'm gonna do something for the people. And then you just, bro, you're rich, man. It's over. I think you even you get a great pension package. If you're 4 years in the German Bundestag, it makes your pension bigger. Your rent, when you're like old, right?
Parliament supported
Bro, you
by
just
the
win
AfD,
at life if you make it in
which
there.
mainstream parties have traditionally had a brandmauer or firewall against working with due to its radical platform. As a result, the Greens were among the staunchest critics of Merz seeking support from the far right, with Germany's Green Vice-Chancellor, Robert Habeck, warning Merz, don't do it. Possibly the biggest...
German taxes suck, come to the USA. The good thing here is, I can go to the hospital and not go completely broke, you know?
...sign, though, is that...
And my kid doesn't very often get shot in school.
Markus Söder, the leader of the CDU's Bavarian sister party, the CSU, has frequently ruled out a Kiwi coalition, which currently...
That man shut down a nuclear power plant, man.
Governs together in 3 German states, but has never formed a coalition at the national level. Moving on, with a 10% probability, is the Kenya...
You don't get shot in Europe, you get stabbed. Okay, you win this one. You win this one, okay?
Coalition of the CDU, SPD, and the Greens. This coalition would likely have even more ideological conflict than the former.
Yeah, that's not good.
Given the fact that SPD and the Greens,
in a way, you have to say black and red is kind of the best because it's kind of like stable. At least Germany is stable.
which have governed together for the past 4 years, are closely aligned on climate and welfare issues, and would be stronger against the CDU in government. Again, while this coalition has governed before at the state level in the late 2010s, it's an unlikely mix.
Or you get run
Although
over at a
Merz
Christmas market.
has said that he would be open
GG,
to
man.
coalition talks with both parties. Finally, the Eurasia Group also gives the German coalition of the CDU, SPD, and FDP a 10% probability.
No.
This is pretty unlikely,
Nah.
because the FDP recently left Scholz's governing traffic light
fuck 'em.
coalition due to disagreements over the budget, specifically on reforming the debt brake. For context, the debt brake was a fiscal rule.
The debt brake fucked us, man. If you're really honest, the FDP is destroying Germany, man. And then they made a secret paper called the D-Day paper. They called it D-Day, man. Taking down Germany. They made a secret paper which got leaked. And the paper was like how the FDP, while being in government, was planning to do certain moves to destroy the government, the coalition, to look better. To be like, hey, if we destroy the government, we get more voters because we're like Robin Hood, man. And it fully went
in
fucking
2009 by
the other
Merkel
way. And now everybody
after
hates
the
them.
financial crash, which limits the German government's annual deficit to 0.35% of GDP and forces the states to maintain.
In America, you can get rich. In Germany, you're stuck with the euro. We're going to take a look how rich you can get in America in a second. Just give me 2 more minutes, my friend.
budgets.
We're going to take a look.
However, as the German economy has stagnated in recent years, there have been growing calls to reform the debt brake to allow for more borrowing and therefore more investment.
Germany is now shrinking for 3 days in a row. 3 years in a row, which has historically never happened before. And that I get, that needs to change. That's not good.
A poll published last month showed that a majority, or 55% of Germans, now support reforming or abolishing the debt brake. As such, the CDU and SPD, which have left open the possibility of reforming it.
Well, if you're honest, the real problem of Germany and the world as a whole is this. Let me see if I can find it. Well, let me find it. The biggest problem the world is facing. I'm looking for a thing. I want to show you something. Where is it? Can someone find me a pie chart of what Germany spends money on in a year? Because then it shows you what the real problem of planet Earth right now is. The asteroid that's coming. Can someone find me a pie chart? I can't have professional stuff like this because people are too dumb. Can someone find me that?
Would probably not want to restart that debate by inviting the FDP into government.
Immigration? You're an
And of
idiot,
course,
bro.
The FDP
Watch.
may not even make it into parliament if it doesn't get 5% of the vote. Now, before we finish, we know what you're thinking. But what about the AFD? Well, the simple answer is that all of
the number one issue is social affairs. 2020. Too many old people. This will be a massive problem. Japan, Europe, I don't know about the US so much. Old people. Old people get money from the state. And it's crushing half the budget. Half the budget, buddy. And that is the big issue of the human race. We have too many old people. Imagine all old people will just fucking die the moment they leave the workforce. We will have so much money. That is the problem. That is the big problem, man. That is the real problem. It's not the immigrants. That is really what we should look at, man. The fucking borders, man, they're really killing us. That is a massive, massive, massive problem. And funnily enough, right, it's like, how do you solve that? I have no idea. I don't have any fucking idea, right? And it's getting worse. We're getting more and more old, yeah. We need to kill the elders. And all jokes aside, this is something I agree with the FDP. Now listen to this. 2 years ago, I was playing a game on the stream called Democracy 4 or some shit, right? It's a game where you have to take care of a country, whatever. Now, I accidentally figured out how to fix this. The problem is it would never work in real life. But here's how I did it. You slowly do a thing, which actually is now something being talked about on planet Earth, and especially the FDP is talking about this. You bind the pension of old people to stock, to the markets, right? What happens is, when a child is born, you take, I don't know, taxpayer money and you pay 20 euros in a phone, right? And this is obviously, look at this. If you take a look at the world economy, pretty fucking safe, okay? You're not gonna fucking die. And what happens is that when a human being goes into pension, the money that person receives per month in their retirement isn't government money, taxpayer money. It is some money paid out of funds and investments. You're playing capitalism. You're playing the market, which is kind of safe, man. You're not gonna fucking... I mean, if you go to pension right here, you're kind of fucked. GG, you're dead. And you will forever be in hell. But that way, what you do is... And this will be the future. This will be the future, whether you like it or not. Because at one point, governments across the world cannot pay for this anymore. And you, young people, and me... You think the government can pay our pension one day? I heard a thing in a German TV show. By 2030, every single pensioner in Germany is countered by one worker. One worker per one pensioner. The rent system can't keep going like this. It will collapse no matter what you want. And here is a very important truth. Whether you like it or not, and this is not me yapping, this is the truth of life, my friend. Every single one of you has to take care of their own pension with investments, own real estate, have a pension fund, certain insurances, right? It's very, very deep shit. You got to take care of your own pension. And that's the future of this shit. The pension people get in their retirement has to come out of their own food and labor, like funding, like investments and stuff. The government can't pay for this anymore. People are getting too old. And that's somehow how you will have to attack this. The problem is, if you attack it like this right now, it takes 20 years until you see results and people will not vote for you, blah, 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 right? Okay. Huge problem, huge problem. 50% of the German money goes into old people. How do you fucking handle that? And it's getting more and more and more.
All of Germany's parties, including the CDU, have stated that they will not go into coalition with the AfD.
Here you can look even deeper into the social expenses of Germany. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, I think this is the one that is like unemployed people, and it is the pensions of old people. Oh, sorry, what the fuck? The fuck, go away. Apparently, wait, we're putting 10% into defense? No fucking way. Are we? What? I didn't know that. Click on the red and you will see. Oh, we're paying 75%, 130 billion into pensions. And this right here is unemployed people. Damn, that's a lot of money. 45. But it's also like handicapped people, people that can't work anymore. 10% of budget, not GDP. Ah, okay. But that's pretty heavy. I thought 10% of budget is in defense. That's not too bad. Why is Germany's economy so... why is Germany's army so shit then? How do I go back? How do I go back? One sec, I'm such a boomer. How do I go back? How do I go back? Ah. Wait. Here, I'm back. Okay. 10% in defense. Digital and infrastructure. This is like bureaucracy. Fucking heavy. This is debt. Dude, imagine 7% of your budget goes into debt, man. Fuck. Education is only 5%. Isn't that sad? Isn't that the saddest story of the world? 10% defense, 5% education. Fucking hell. Whoa, the Bundeskanzler is costing 4 billion? Dude, this means Bundeskanzler and his office. I told you, we don't need leaders anymore. Damn. I mean, if I was the Führer of Deutschland, shouldn't you fucking look at this and try to fix this? Like, you have the data here. You gotta do something about this, man. Especially old people. Old people are a fucking terrible problem. Old people are a terrible problem, dude. They are a big, big problem.
Due to the traditional firewall against partnering with the far right. In a four-way TV debate last Sunday, Merz...
If it isn't a problem, shut up, you an idiot. Is it a meme? You're memeing or something? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're like, Israel is doing fine? Ah, damn, Israel is fucking like crazy, man. Damn.
Working with the AfD.
Pension age in Germany is currently 67. By the time I'm old, it will probably be 70.
Saying explicitly that he's open to coalition.
Which is insanity. That's insanity, man. If you actually talk to real human beings and not people in Twitch chat or streamers, Lisa's dad is going into pension in 5 years. And Lisa's dad, he always says, listen, Tommy, I worked 49 years. 49 years I did my job as a plumber. 49 years. I was there in the morning and I did my fucking job. And now they tell me to work 2 more years? Dude, I get him, right? Like, what the fuck? 49 years. Most Germans, 45 years. They work and work. And the thing in Germany is, he told me this, he gets 43% of his last paycheck. That's his rent. 49 years of his life working for this country, paying taxes, and then he gets 43% of his rent. And let's not forget this, listen to the truth, your pension gets taxed. You pay taxes on your pension. Again, you should be rioting in the streets. We should be out with torches, burning down these governments. This is insanity. And it shows, right? Lisa said is luckily intelligent. The rent he gets from the government isn't enough to survive, right? Luckily, he did certain things like investments and stuff, right? And that is the biggest truth I will ever tell you on the stream. Look into my eyes, young man. Look into my eyes. Whether you like it or not, you have to prepare for your own pension yourself. You have to do investments, buy a house, I don't know, something. If you only trust the government to get you your pension, you are fucked. You are legit fucked. No one's gonna save you. You're fucked. You're gonna be homeless by the time you're 68, man. That is the truth of life. You gotta start playing capitalism. You gotta start playing Monopoly, man.
Coalition talks with the SPD and the Greens. However, if the AfD wins a big vote share at the election, that could complicate forming a government. Whatever happens, we'll be watching the election closely on Sunday, and we'll update you on the results first thing next.
I could talk about this. I could talk about this for hours, man. Dude, one more story, man. I don't want to. Let's not do it. I'm going too far.
There's a lot happening in German politics right now, and actually consuming news is pretty difficult in the current landscape.
I was just in the toilet and I was on Instagram and I follow Volt on Instagram. And the leader of Volt, she just said, "Do not waste your vote for old white men." And I'm like, okay, I'm not voting for Volt no more, bro.
She slipped in my fingers like sand. Heard that she got a man. Now I'm just sitting here sad. Oh well, ship sail. She slipped in my fingers like sand.